Again, I just want to welcome you all to our call, Saturday morning breakfast call. If you want to, feel free to introduce yourself with your name, where you're from.
Melissa, Washington State.
Dan, Washington, Michigan.
I don't know.
Angel Vegas.
Oklahoma.
My name is Jamel from Missouri.
Eureka, Philadelphia.
From Maryland.
Jamel from Missouri.
Hello. Beth from Kentucky.
Well, that would be counting if you put all the...
Rob from Oregon.
It's Jamel from Missouri.
We got you, Jamero. Thanks a lot, man. Okay. Anybody else want to say hi?
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Howard from Fresno, California.
Hey, welcome.
Sandy from New York.
Howard from Fresno, California.
Denver, Florida.
Howard from Fresno, California.
Welcome, guys.
Chelsea from New
Welcome.
Mexico.
Dan, Washington, Michigan.
Ron from Washington, D.C.
Alonzo Johnson from Birmingham, Alabama.
Angel.
Gilmore Hearn, Long Beach, California.
Great, great. Anybody else want to say hi?
Hi, this is Howard from Detroit, Michigan. Howard from Fresno, California.
That's correct. Jacksonville, Florida.
Gilmore Hearn, Long Beach, California.
I need to go to one of them.
Welcome.
Several of them. How many more should I list?
Okay, folks, I do appreciate you guys all chiming in today. It actually is kind of difficult. There's so many people on the call. It's sometimes it's difficult with a lot of background noise, but I do like to have fun with that sometimes, and do say hello to everybody. Welcome to the Saturday morning breakfast call for January 14th, 2017. We are off to an absolute rockin' start here for January and for all of 2017. I do want to welcome you guys all again to our Saturday morning breakfast call. My name is Joel Broughton. I'm the CEO of Postcard Networker. I am here to help you. My goal, my mission, my reason for coming on these calls and hosting these calls every single Saturday morning is to allow you to have success in your business, okay, and give you the strategies and tell you what's going on in the business. So let's just get started by talking about some of the success people are having. And these are all people that are receiving checks with our company this past week, as well as some of them getting matching postcards as well. So congratulations to Stan and Greg. Congratulations Twanzel, Justine, Bill, Charles, Jah. Congratulations Sam and Robert, Leonard, Jack. Congratulations Brad, Robert, Christina, Dennis, Marianne, Jerry, Linda, Willie, Pandora. Congratulations to Clinton, Chip, Roy, Veronica, Barry, Kathy, Tammy, Richard, Brian, Nathan, Pam, Howard, Lloyd, Lindsay, Caitlin, Phyllis. Congratulations to Jill, Mike, Angel, and Ismail. And congratulations to everybody really that is building the business and getting free members joining as well. That obviously is, if I put a list of people that got a free enrollment, somebody that joined the business and was kind of checking it out, I could probably sit here for a good 10 minutes just reaming off names of people that are getting free members and building their business successfully. And that's really the first step. The first step is to get people into the system. And the second step, obviously, is it's going to walk them through becoming an active affiliate and purchasing postcards and signing up for the online marketing and things like that. So congratulations to everybody that's really putting an effort in to build your business, to send out your postcards, and to be active with us. Okay, so let's just go through some updates first off. I just want to tell you a little bit about some of the things. Folks, I am excited the postcard auto ship that I've been talking about, it was not easy to set this up. From a programming standpoint, and to make it all work and to make it easy for you to be able to have your team members set up. But the postcard auto ship is fully functional in your back office now. You can go ahead and set up a regular auto delivery of postcards. You can pick how many you want. There also is a good discount on the postcards when you set up your auto delivery. Okay, so you're going to save money by setting up an auto delivery. Now, here's the important part about that, and this is what I think a lot of people miss sometimes, is that you can go ahead and remember yourself, right, to place your order, and just do the one-time orders because you're worried about, oh, am I going to get billed? Am I going to get this? Am I going to get that? But then you just pay a little bit more. So if you want to do all the work and remember to build your business yourself, there's a premium on that. If you just set up an auto delivery and let the computer, let the technology do the reminders for you, and to me, this is the important thing, is that to be consistent, sometimes it's easier just to rely on technology. Just let the computer do it, right? Let the computer remember every, the 14th of every month, or the 3rd of every month, or the 30th of every month, or whatever, to send you your 100 postcards, 200 postcards, 1,000 postcards, whatever it is that you want, okay, to be sending out regularly. So we've set that up so that it's really easy. It's just going to bill you, and we'll send you the same day or the next day your auto delivery will go out. Okay, your auto ship will go out, and you'll get a discount. Okay, and on some of the packages, a fairly significant discount. Starting at you save about $10 on the 100 postcards, all the way up to a $90 savings on the $1,000 postcards. Okay, so that's gonna like even just the 100 postcards, saving $10, that's a third of your stamp cost. Okay, so that's going to pay for a third of your stamps, so completely reducing your costs. And it may not sound like a lot right now, but over the course of a year, that really adds up. Okay, and obviously you can get out more postcards, more mail, the more savings that you have. We now also have a cancel button. Okay, and we didn't want to launch the auto ships until the cancel buttons were available, just because it makes more work administratively if people set up an auto ship and then 3 days later they want to cancel, and then they want to set it up again and they want to cancel it. Okay, so you can cancel your auto ship anytime you want. You can set it up today, have the postcard shipped to you, cancel it tomorrow if you want. Okay, cancel it next month, cancel it 6 months from now, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you have full control over doing that, so does all your members. There's also cancel buttons for the affiliate program and for the OMA program. So if anybody in your team says, hey, this isn't for me, I'm not sure, I'm not sure why they would want to cancel, but some people do, right? Some people don't really understand what they have their hands on here, so we've made that available. It's just a simple click of a button. Now, please don't test out the canceling features if you don't want to cancel. I'd rather you not test it out to see if it works. It absolutely does work. We've tested it. But I don't want you canceling and then deciding, oh, Joel, can you fix it? Can you get me back in? Okay, you can re-sign back up, but for instance, if you go cancel your affiliate program today and you want to re-sign back up, it's going to bill you $10 again to re-sign up. Okay, so it'll cancel you. You can cancel and re-sign up as many times as you want. It's just going to bill you each time. Okay, so don't bother trying to see if it works. It absolutely works. Also, just so that you know, as a marketer, on the cancellation, it's not just clicking the button once. They do have to confirm it as well. So they're going to click the cancel button, then there's going to be a confirmation. And actually, I put 2 confirmations on them. So they actually have to confirm twice just to make sure that they really do want to cancel and they're not just getting click happy because there's a big shiny button there and they want to see what it does. Okay. So we give them a little notice that says, hey, are you sure you really want to cancel, before they go ahead and do that. All right. Next thing, blank postcards are now available in your store, okay, in your shop. So if you do want blank postcards, basically what they are is it's pretty much the exact same postcard that we use. Okay, it's a full color postcard. So it's got kind of a bit of the rough side on the one side with all the color and the story, the picture of my wife and I. On the back side, okay, or on the front side, whatever you want to look at it, it has, you can join for free, send 5 postcards per day, automatically get a real big downline, www.mypostcardnetworker.com, and then it has a spot for the address, okay? The blank postcards are specifically designed with no address for you, okay? So there is no address on those. These are specifically for people that already have mailing lists or that have labels or that have something that they, if you want to send a postcard to a friend or a colleague or a list of people you already have, or maybe you want to buy your own list from somewhere, that's what these are for, okay? It also has no access code on them, okay? We don't assign access codes, like numeric access codes, to leads that we don't generate through our system, okay? Don't ask me for a set of access codes, all right, because I won't give you a set of access codes to put on the blank postcards. Here's what you need to use for your access code if you're ever going to send your own postcards or if you're ever going to send these blank postcards to your own leads. Your access code is going to be your username, okay? So whatever it is that you selected for your username for the system, that's your access code. Not the whole web link. You don't need the whole web link because they're going to go to the main site, mypostcardnetworker.com, and they're going to type in the access code. So if your access code is like make money, or if it's Joel Broughton, or if it's Joel, or your first name, last name, whatever your access code is, or sorry, whatever your username is, just put that as your access code. And you can put a label on there. You can write it in. I do recommend you either type it or write it in, or sorry, type it or put a label that's typed. Because sometimes, some of our handwriting isn't the most, legible. And even if you think it is, the person receiving it might not. And you want to make sure they get to your website, okay? So just make sure that if you do get the blank postcards that you're going to put an address on it, you're going to put your access code on it, and obviously put a stamp on it, okay, and mail it. So it's still very simple for you to be able to use these. And these are specifically, again, designed for people that want to have their own postcards with an address label, or if they have their own leads, okay? If you don't have your own leads, if you don't know where to get leads, if you don't want to buy leads, please don't buy them. You don't need them, okay? Buy just the regular postcards that are fully done for you already, okay? Which most of our members use, okay? The other thing is with the blank postcards, we are going to pay commissions, okay? We are going to pay a commission on all the blank postcards that are purchased in your downline, all right? Don't ask me today for the commission rates. I'll publish all the different CVs and stuff like that in a file very soon for all the postcards, for all the packages, for the blank postcards, etc. But just know that these are commissionable. So anything we put in our store will be commissionable, up in your downline. All right. The next thing that we put in the store too that's available now is our Postcard Dynasty book. And again, you can buy a copy for yourself. You can buy a copy for a friend or for another networker. You can use this specifically for, if you want to use this for prospecting, feel free to do so. You can, send out 100 copies to 100 top networkers that might, and maybe send a letter along with it that says, a little bit, introduces yourself, says a little bit about yourself. There is bulk pricing in there for the Postcard Dynasty books, okay? If you go to Amazon to buy the book, you can't get a discount, okay? You're just paying full price for the book, and obviously full price shipping. If you want a deal on the books, okay, and you want to get a bigger quantity of them, obviously go through your back office and we'll give you a deal because we can print them more than just one at a time. We can print kind of a set of them, 100 of them, 500 of them, a little bit less expensive. They're the exact same thing as what you'd get through Amazon, but you get a discount, okay? It's a little bit cheaper if you buy in bulk, okay? If you are going to use them for marketing. Or even if you want to just buy one yourself, I'd recommend you buy it through your back office, okay? The Postcard Dynasty books through the back office are commissionable, okay? Any sales through Amazon, that's kind of more just a branding for all of us to use, right? Hey, the book's available on Amazon. It's easy. It's recognizable. But if you do want to make sales of the book, okay, or if you want to purchase it yourself, I recommend you do it through our back office because then it is commissionable, okay? You're going to generate a commission. Again, it's not a big commission. I mean, the book is only, you know, basically if you buy one book, it's only like 12 or 13 bucks, okay? So it's not like we're all getting rich selling this book, but we did want to make sure that, you know, as with everything else that we're offering, hey, you built your team, you built your downline, you're spending money advertising and growing your business, so you deserve to get a little commission or a royalty on any of the sales that we do to those people, okay? So we're definitely going to pay commission, and I think it's, you know, it'll be like 50 cents, a buck, you know, per level or something like that. It's not very much, but you know, it adds up over time. Again, every $1, every $2, every $5, every $10, every $50 that comes in through your system, and through the leverage that's going to happen as you build your downline is going to make a difference, okay, is going to add to your profitability of your business. And again, think about this. Anybody who purchases that book, you're probably not going to pitch it to them. You're not going to try to sell it to them. The system is just going to kind of do that itself. You know, people are just going to be interested in it. They'll buy it, and you get a little kickback on that, right? Because they're your member or they're somebody in your downline. You know, maybe 3-4 generations away from you. You've never talked to them. You've never met them. You've never worked with them. You didn't encourage them to purchase anything. And, hey, you're getting a commission, so that's pretty cool, okay? One of the other updates is that very, very soon we are going to have live customer service, okay? And this is kind of a little while coming. I do appreciate the patience. I know some of you have been excruciatingly patient with me, okay, on especially recently as we've launched the new website and we've been continuously experiencing really big growth with our business. I know we need it. I get it. People have told me we need it. You know, people call in sometimes. It's hard to get a hold of me. I still will be available to help people over the phone, but we are at the point, and we've been here for a little while, to be honest. We've been at the point for a little while now where we do need, and I recognize that, we do need a customer service line, okay? Somebody to actually answer the phone and answer questions and help members with things like, hey, where are my postcards, right, Rax? Okay, I'm going to sort you out, Rax. I promise you. I will sort it out. I have seen your ticket. By the way, too, if I don't answer a ticket right away, guys, it's because I still have to take action on it. And if I answer your ticket, it actually just disappears right now still, okay? So I will get that taken care of. But so the live customer service will be available for things like, hey, I can't log in. Hey, I placed an order. I haven't got it yet. Do you have a tracking number? You know, I want to change my username. I want, you know, so there's a million different questions that can be answered by customer service people. Now, they are going to be people located in the United States, okay? It's a company that we are going to be contracting to be able to do this. They'll be trained. Give them, be a little patient with them. Obviously, when we first start, you can feel free to call them and test them out. But I'd recommend if you don't really have a question, you don't waste their time. But so they are going to be U.S.-based. They are going to be trained. They are very good at what they do. So primarily they're going to do two things for us, okay? And you should be excited about this. I'm excited about it, but you should be too. Their goals that we've set for them are to be able to, number one, always help the membership, okay? Always help the new member, always help the existing member that's calling in for help, okay? To answer their questions, to get any issues resolved, and if it needs my attention, obviously, or the attention of one of the leaders, we can, you know, they'll pass it on to us, okay? So the great thing about having customer service answering the phone is that every single member can now get help, whether I personally need to help them or not. You know, they can get help up to the point, and then the 3 or 4 people that might need additional support or help from myself or one of the other leaders, or programming support, or something changing their website that they can't do, you know, they just kind of pass a list of those things on to us at the end of the day, okay? So number one, help any of the members that need support or help. Number two, they're actually going to be there to help upsell your customers through the system, okay? So as your customers, as your downline calls in to the customer service, one of their goals is going to be able to help push them through all the steps and encourage them to get going, encourage them to get set up, and they are very, very patient, and they are very good at what they do, okay? So they will be able to help increase our sales as well. So in addition to myself, which, you know, when we first started this, I did all of this, 100%. I did all the customer service. I did all the upsells. I did all the sales. But there was one thing I specifically told you guys is that you would not be required to be the one doing all of the customer service, all of the upsells, all the sales, all that, okay? Unfortunately, I've run out of time too now. So, but I'm not going to pass it on 100% to you. I'm going to, you know, we are going to hire the live customer service agents to be able to help us. And, you know, like I said, we've contracted a company that's very, very good at it, and they're used to helping members in our industry and upselling and stuff like that for you, okay? So feel very comfortable with that. I hope you guys are excited about that. It's coming. It's not quite here yet, but the 800 number that I've been publishing is basically going to get redirected to them. They're going to be taking all the voicemails off of there, and they're going to be actioning all of that, okay, as well. During the day, I think I'll publish it once we get it officially launched with them, but I think they're going to be available like 8 to 5 Monday to Friday, okay? So basically pretty much a full-time schedule all day long, Monday to Friday. They'll be available to answer questions live as well, okay? So, hey, exciting, all right? One more thing to make the business better, bigger, faster, okay, and more friendly to new customers. Okay, so let's see. I think I got one more slide here, and then I've got to introduce our special guest because I need to leave him lots of time because, boy, he is going to absolutely do wonders for our business here today if you pay attention and listen to him, okay? But first, before I introduce our special guest, I want to just talk to you a little bit about or maybe spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes just telling you that, listen, pay attention to what he's about to say. Pay attention to the plan and the formula and the vision that he's going to share with you. It doesn't matter where you are today, okay? It absolutely does not matter if you are brand new and you literally just joined our system for free this morning before the call and then you hopped on the call. It doesn't matter if you're that new. It doesn't matter if you've been with us for a year, okay, or almost a year building your business, and some of you have had success and some of you maybe have been struggling. Doesn't matter, okay? Let me just, I just wrote this out on the slide here, but I want to tell you a story, or a very quick story, about when I actually carried cue cards around with me for a week straight when I first started in this industry, okay? It was probably, I want to say it was my second company, okay, second network marketing company that I joined. I was still not, well, I still wasn't very successful at all, okay, to be honest. And I joined this company with a guy. He enrolled me. I met him through a newspaper ad, actually, and then I had met him, and I was in. I think he had introduced me to one business, and then this was this brand new business that he had found and he was excited about, and I joined with him. I think the starting fee was like $400 or $500 or something like that for the kit and for the product and all that. And I remember joining it. And then I got introduced to the upline, right? I got introduced to one of the upline members that was doing absolutely fabulous. He was doing, really, really well. And I remember talking to him. His name was Chad. I remember talking to Chad, and he was just like a ball of fire. Like he was the man. He was excited. He could speak so well. He could enroll. He had a huge business. He'd enroll people, and I was so excited to talk to him. And one of the things that he did is he said, "Listen, Joel, everybody can be successful in this business everybody. Everybody's going to be successful. Listen, why don't I introduce you to my friend, my mentor? And just so you know that you have access to all of us, just so that you know that we're here to support you. And his mentor in that company at the time was Mark Yarnell. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Mark Yarnell was. Unfortunately, recently Mark has passed. But Mark Yarnell was one of the kind of biggest names in network marketing for years and years and years. Millions of dollars in network marketing. Hugely successful. He's written books. Anyway, needless to say, I was like starstruck. I'm like, you mean Mark will actually call me? And he said, yeah, Joel. He's my buddy. We go paragliding or parasailing together. They both lived out in near Vancouver, BC, out in British Columbia, Canada. And he goes, yeah, we go out on Mark's boat, and we, this and that, and I hang out with them, and we're good friends. And I thought, wow, I have access to a legend in network marketing. I can't even believe it. And I said, well, what do we do? He said, Chad said, well, here's what I'm going to do, Joel. I'll give Mark your phone number, okay? Because Mark obviously is very busy. He does all the presentations for the company. He's making insane amounts of money. So he's got a huge organization, a huge amount of leaders to work with, and he's very busy, but he always wants to take the time to help everyone, okay? So I'll give him your phone number. He'll call you. Just make sure, so here's what he said. He goes, just make sure when he calls you pick up, okay? So anyway, so so here's what I did. It was kind of crazy. So I was fairly young at the time. I mean, I was probably in my early 20s. This was, again, my second company. I've only been in network marketing for a couple of years, and I was absolutely like, wow, I really want to make like an impression. I really want to make sure that I don't waste his time. And I was so nervous. I tell the story sometimes about when I was nervous cold calling. This was before I started doing cold calling. This was actually the company that I was doing some cold calling with. So I knew that Mark was going to call me this coming week. And I was so nervous. Here's what I did. Okay. And this story is only to just tell you that, listen, I'm a real person too. And I was nervous too. And I had humble beginnings. I started the same as everybody else. Doesn't matter where you are today. So here's what I did. I gave Chad my phone number. He passed it on to Mark, okay, to Mark Yarnell to call me. And I actually I went to Staples, okay, to the office store down the road, and I actually bought. So I didn't even have them in my house. I actually bought cue cards from Staples. So I mean, only $2 or $3, but I specifically drove there to purchase cue cards. And then when I got home, I wrote down notes of what I would say to Mark when he called, because I was so nervous that I didn't want to screw it up. I didn't want to like say something weird, or I didn't want to make a fool of myself. I wanted to really make a good impression because he was like the top earner in the company. And so I literally wrote down notes of what I was going to say. And I kept my phone on all week, and I carried these cue cards around with me for a week straight, waiting for this phone call, because I was so nervous that I wouldn't say the right thing right when he called. And to me, that's kind of a little crazy now. I think about it, I'm like, wow, I really did that, But here's the point. When Mark called, I had my cue cards ready. I was ready to go. I answered the phone. I was so excited. He was so down to earth and such a great leader and such a nice person. And he just had a conversation with me. He just chatted with me and asked me, about myself. And he talked really well about Chad and to really work with them. And he was just a real guy. He was just there to support and help. And it didn't matter what I had on my cue card. It didn't matter if I was prepared for a phone call. He just wanted to make me feel comfortable. And that's what I want to do with you guys too. I want to do that with every single person. Now, whether you talk to me personally on the phone or not, whether you come on these Saturday morning calls, I just want you to feel comfortable. You don't have to feel nervous. You don't have to carry cue cards around with you, okay? I know some of you are probably laughing at me, okay? But, hey, I was only in my early 20s at the time. This is one of my first business experiences, right? And I kind of laughed too, so that's all right. But I want you to know that we are all just here to work together. I'm a real guy too. I had some very crazy experiences when I first started in this industry. And you may or may not be going through failure or tough times. You may or may not be going through money troubles. You may have had difficulties in this industry up until today. Doesn't matter, okay? The same way that Mark and Chad were there for me back years and years and years ago to make me feel comfortable, the next speaker and I are here for you, whether we speak to you personally or whether you come on these Saturday morning breakfast calls and listen to us and work with us. I want you to know that we're here for you. I want you to know that no matter what level you're at, just starting or if you're a leader already, we are here to make you feel comfortable and to give you the plan and to welcome you as part of our team and part of our family. Okay? So without any further ado, I want to introduce a very special guest today. Some of you know him. Some of you have heard him speak on our calls before. He has been in this industry for 25 years. Successful network marketer. He's been around for 25 years. He's built organizations, over 2,000 people. He really, truly has a focus and a vision for you today. And I really need you to pay attention to what he's going to share with you. Because if you implement what he shares with you and you share the vision, see, here's part of the thing in network marketing and in Postcard marketing and in Postcard Networker. If you just share with people what the vision is and they catch the vision too and they understand it and they take it and roll with it and share it too, what happens is that's where a lot of the success is going to come from. Okay? A lot of the success is just us doing and following and building that vision within for other people with other people too. So he's got a very specific formula for you to follow today. I do want to see. I'm going to see if I can just see if I can open up. I'm going to open up his line. So I do want to welcome Mr. Jah K to the call, Jah, and I'm going to see if I can give you the presentation right now. So we'll see if we can do that.
You know what? I don't have the presenter downloaded.
Okay, never mind.
Well, I may better do it real quick. Hold on.
And if not, don't worry, folks. We'll just take about 30 seconds here to see if I can transfer over to allow Jah to be the presenter. And if not, I've got all the slides anyway for him, and so we'll continue going. We'll continue going with that. So again, I just want you guys to feel comfortable, like I said, not only listening to the training, but being part of the team and really working with us on a regular basis. So.
I had it. Pre-conference. I had it and then it closed on me for some reason.
You think you're going to be able to get it up? Otherwise, I'll just do it. That's fine. I'm hovering over the cancel button.
Yeah, I actually had the app downloaded, and then I don't know what happened when I switched. I actually got to join back in the meeting.
Okay.
So even if you do the slides right now, I wouldn't see them. So, can people hear me? It's giving me another host pin. Hold on a second.
Bear with us here, folks. We are, especially if you're on the phone, it's probably boring just to listen to me and Jah. At least if you're on the computer, you can kind of see the nice, pretty picture that I've got of us driving down the road. Well, not us, but picture of somebody driving down the road.
Hopefully they can hear me. It's not. When I went out, it just messed me up. I'd have to hang up and do everything over. So.
Okay.
Hopefully folks can hear me.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, we can hear you good.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna start with a story too. So, your story reminded me of a story when I first got started. I remember going to Kroger's grocery store out here to prospect, right? Because I was 25 years ago, so I was 22 years old, and I was in the town I'm in now, which I was relatively new. I came down here to go to college. And so I didn't know any friends or family. And so in order for me to meet people, I literally had to go out. And unbeknown to most people, I was more of an introvert. And so I just remember going to the grocery store and trying to, the 3-foot rule and all of that. And it was, it was like always be trying to talk to people and 3 people in front of you, 3 feet in front of you. And so in doing that, now, once I learned about these other strategies in marketing as I grew, it's like, man, when I go to the grocery store now, it's like I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to nobody. And I think it's a reflection of that, not because I had so many bad experiences, but it was just kind of awkward for me being young at that time and not knowing anybody. And so the point of that story really brings us back to the power of this postcard marketing, because if I could have did that then, I would have never went to the grocery store and had all that experience of getting in front of people. And that's what we're going to have to do. But the one thing about, I think, that has kind of been somewhat lost in network marketing is that when I got involved in 25 years ago, the concept was always be trying to connect with people, always be talking to people, always, in other words, always be advertising. And that was the simple success strategy. Get in front of people, show your presentation. And somehow I think some of it has gotten lost because now people want to, well, let me get positioned with this one, or I need this leader. I didn't know any leaders, anybody like that, had some decent success to be young in the first company because I got out there and I connected with people. Right now it's like, oh, let me get with this leader. Let me get in this force matrix downline. Let me get some spillover, right? Like nobody wants to build. Nobody wants to commit to building. But truly the simple success strategy in networking is to always be advertising. It could be talking to people. It could be offline, like you mentioned, newspapers. Like who knows what a newspaper is these days, right? But running ads in the paper. I remember getting a list and calling leads, which people still do extremely successfully, connecting with people. So you want to always be getting your business out there, and that's truly the difference between the people that are the most successful, right? And so I like this little quote I found here. It says, doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does. Stuart Britt. And that's, so many people, man, are in the business, and they're paying, it might be $25 a month, it might be $250 plus a month, right? I remember paying $400 a month to make over $10,000 a month, so it wasn't any big deal. But people, we're paying for our product or service from the business, but then we balk at paying money on a monthly basis to advertise and be successful, right? Which makes no sense. So if you advertise, it's pretty difficult not to be successful. All right. So, Joe, next slide. I got to go with you. All right. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm simply going to share with you my strategy. I don't want to present people with different levels, different starting levels. And it doesn't matter where you start because, again, the concept will always be advertising ultimately builds you to this point. But what has allowed me to be successful, one of my fortes is really a plan and a vision, all right? And so I've built teams. I think the largest one I had was over 10,000 people in one company. Built teams, and what ultimately catapulted me into leadership circles was I did training on marketing, and then part of that training, creating the vision to be successful, right? So a lot of companies, it'll be like, oh, just go get 2 people and magic happens. No, it's always be advertising, and then you look up and you find that your business is your check is bigger, your business is built, and you have automatic growth. So here's my 2017 plan, because we've learned something. I'm going to say this really, really quick and get right into it. It won't take long once we roll it. I've been here since March, so shortly after we pretty much got started, and we've had some wonderful months. I mean, we got started, we came gold program, and money was flowing in. Summer things kind of slowed down a little bit, which typically does in the industry. Then we went through all of this to get the new system up and ready, as far as that goes, but still here, still standing. And the thing about being successful is not having your plan and vision, but also being committed and dedicated to making that happen. And so you're going to lose people. You're going to have people that stick and stay. You're going to have people that see the vision. But you have to ultimately always be working your plan. And so this is my plan that I want to present to the company, because with what we do, everybody can do it. There's no, I don't want to share with what I'm doing because I don't want the other teams to do it. Hey, we want people to be successful. And the beauty of working with Joel and talking to him is we always talk about why these companies don't put together plans that if somebody commits to working, where you can have a lot of presidentials or a lot of executives. Like, what's the problem with a lot of people making money? You only want to have a few people. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make thousands of dollars a monthly, and Joel, I believe his goal is $5,000 a month, if I remember that number. And so working in conjunction with that, what we've learned and where I think the difference is with many postcard programs that have failed people is that behind a one-time package and looking for magic to happen from that, whether you bought a 500, 1,000, 200, 100, or thousands of postcards, right, and looking for the magic to happen from that has too many variable factors, right? So if you do it in the summer where people are slower, it could slow down the jumpstart of your business. The key to be successful is to always be advertising, so let's build a residual income around that. Right? Let's build a residual income around it. A lot of these postcard programs out there are about buy a package and then you're going to make a sale. Believe me, I've sent out postcards and those leads, a sale might not come in, a lead may not come in, or a lead may not come in for 3 or 4 months. So what are you sitting around? No. All right? So we understand now that not only do you have your Jumpstart packages, but you also have to have always be advertising monthly residual plan. And with that, we are beyond confident at this point that we can help people create thousands of dollars in monthly income within the next 12 months. All right. And the beautiful thing is we're not showing you something that is left to some leaders or elite people to do. It's something that any and everyone can do. And last point I'll make on this is I knew we had something here when my mother, who has joined me in several companies that support, mailed out a few hundred postcards and had people join. And my mother hadn't really had anybody join anything and all the things that I've been in the 25 years. And so I knew we had something really nice and wonderful at that point. And with the system we have in place now, ladies and gentlemen, I can't speak how it follows up messages, all of that. Your business, if you're just starting, you are in the right place to use that cliche, right place at the right time as far as postcard. If you're here, still here, and say, hey, I'm going to stick it out, then you know what we have, what we've been through, and let's get rocking and rolling and let's make this money. Next slide. All right. This is very key to understand, and if you're on the website linked in your back office, you want to see the visuals, and we had a video. Everyone is always talking about join a business, make monthly residual income, right? But what does it take to make monthly residual income? It actually takes monthly residual marketing, right? Monthly residual marketing. And the beauty of the Postcard Networker system is that it, by operation, is a residual marketing system. Now, we've enhanced it with the auto ship feature, right, to create monthly residual marketing, which by default has to create monthly residual income, because you're marketing like everyone else in business is marketing to offer your products and services to the public in order to sell those products to someone who may find an interest and create income. So if you understand, first and foremost, is not how much money do I want to make, but how much marketing can I maintain, the dollars will come. There's a reason why they create business plans, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not about the upfront money. That's the investment. That's to lay the foundation. Like when they build, they do a lot of construction around here in Columbus, and so with the growth of the city. And so the first thing they do when they're really building a road is they tear the road out, and people are wondering what's going on. Well, they have to lay the drainage for the water so you don't have flood. So you have to lay that foundation before you can even lay the road to travel down, right? So your monthly residual marketing is going to be you getting your monthly postcards. You then establish what I'm calling the fabulous 5, all right? And if you're just doing 100 postcards, if you have 5 people doing 100 postcards, you're getting 500 postcards a month. If you have 10 people, that's 1,000 postcards. 500 postcards a month plus your 100 is 600 postcards that you're mailing out a month. I am beyond confident that if you're doing 600 postcards a month, they'll pay you into the thousands of dollars. That's really what we have here. So always be thinking monthly residual marketing first, the foundation that allows you to drive down the road to the monthly residual income that you want to have. So first thing we're going to do, we want to create leverage income. We're advertising to establish the fabulous 5. And one of the things I did in this presentation is really give you the number to target, right? Because we're talking about $5,000 in monthly income, $60,000 a year. We're going to work up to that, but I don't want you to lose sight. You're looking for 5 fabulous people. Now, this is important. I've been blessed to have 126 people registered at the website. Probably 20% of those people are just curious, fake emails maybe or something like that. Another 20% probably wanted to make a purchase but just never did anything. Leaving 60% that another 20% that actually engaged and got after it and got serious. Another 40% is probably just kind of, here and there, right? You thought maybe this was for them, maybe it wasn't. So the key is that it's not going to be about necessarily the first 5 or the last 5, or should never be a last 5. It's 5 serious people is going to make this plan work for you and work for them to create for you $5,000 in monthly residual income. There'll be people that come and go, but you will know who your fabulous 5 are because they'll be committed and dedicated. Next slide. All right, first thing we got to get out the way is what is going to be the tools to be successful, right? If you are going to build a road, since I use that example, you're going to have to get some tools first, right? They're going to have to get those machines first. That somebody's got to make that investment on the front end for, let's use a turnpike, for the toll that they're going to charge you once they get done to make that back. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest areas is people commit money to buy into the business and buy the product, but they don't commit money to advertising, but yet they have a dream to be successful and make all this money and get off of their job, right? well, the beauty of our product and service here is that we sell leads. And for a lot of people that's maybe been around a long time, they don't quite get that. It's like, what do we sell? We get this question from time to time, and it's always hilarious to me because I always needed leads in my business, and everyone does, but they never kind of see it as a viable product. But there's no product or service being sold if you don't have the lead or the prospect, and so you need a lead or a prospect. And this is why lead companies, and Joel had a very successful lead companies, are very successful and they're long-standing as well, because regardless of what product or service comes out, you still need people. I heard Danny Johnson say, people are money. People are the real money, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, the tools for prosperity here to be successful with this game plan, the Fabulous 5 that I'm looking for, the Fabulous 5 that I would recommend you look for are the ones that are going to follow the game plan. The game plan is to enroll into online marketing, $50 a month. The game plan is after you buy your package, which we'll talk about, you're going to have at least 100 postcard order monthly. We're talking about building residual income. Doesn't matter how many matching you come in, you will have 100 postcard order monthly order, right? At least minimum. And then obviously you're going to have your website administrative costs. Again, kudos to the website. Leads come in, follow-up messages, things. Those are the things that have helped us online marketers be successful. And then from there, it's just your commitment and patience. You know, some months you're going to have sales, some months you're not. But as your team grows, you're always having sales. And that's the beauty of it. You're laying your foundation. So the total cost of that without stamps is $35 a month. That's $60 in commissionable volume, CV. Write that down, make a note, 60 CV. You're going to see it through the presentation, $135 a month. And again, leaders, I really don't know leaders that haven't spent well into the $200-300 to make 5-figure monthly incomes in most opportunities. And that's where you're going, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need to work up to this point, that's up to you. You understand that. But this is the vision to get after it right now, today, in January, and begin to create the monthly income that you desire to give you freedom and flexibility. Next slide. So now that you've got your tools, let's begin to work and hit right at these numbers of what happens. So we're going to start with the power of 3. We're working towards the Fabulous 5. So many people aren't going to start with 5. Let's just start with 3. And we have 4 levels of pay or 4 tiers. So if you refer just your 3 and you maintain just your 3 and they begin to duplicate that down through 4 tiers, that'll build you a team of 120 people. That team, if this is just the auto ship, 60 CV, the tools for prosperity, if that team is getting their monthly order for the tools for prosperity, that's going to create $738 a monthly income. Now, stop right here. Pause. Let me get your attention. If you're distracted, if you're looking to the side, this is something very important that you have to do because people, well, I want to make $5,000, I want to make $10,000, and you haven't made $100. Today, write down what you are going to do with your extra $738 a month. This is very, very important. If you haven't made that, write down what you're going to do with your extra $738 in monthly income and put it somewhere and keep it, because when you get there, because this is certainly doable. You can certainly start from scratch, don't have to beg family and friends, advertise your business and refer 3 fabulous people who see the vision, because we're going to have this video available. This is going to be a focus because you got in business to make money, right? And now with the Postcard Networker, which is the finest postcard marketing system around, finest postcard opportunity around, it's an evergreen business. It's ever growing because you're always doing what? Residual marketing, ever growing. So a lot of people don't know when leaders get up there, they're too busy training and working and probably doing 3-ways with people in most companies. They're not really doing a lot of recruiting anymore, which is good that they're helping people, but it's bad that you're not ever growing your business because people leave, go and do whatever. This business is always growing for us. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. And the beauty in doing this just reminded me why I got excited about Postcard Networker. But we were doing it with one-time sales. Here's the residual income plan that's going to change life. So $738 a month, write it down if you've never made that, what you're going to do when you're bringing in that money monthly, do it and begin to change your life. Next slide. We go from the power of 3 to the power of 4. This is when you start really having flexibility, right? Because evergreen growing business, 4 fabulous people, down 4 tiers is a team of 340 people. 2, if they're just on the Tools for Prosperity, just the 2, this is just your team on the Tools for Prosperity, $2,064 a month. The Tools for Prosperity give you the ability to attract people online, and it gives you the offline. Now, remember, if you have 4 people, you're getting 100 postcards yourself, and they're ordering 100 at least. That means you have, 500 postcards a month coming in. Do you see this? Do you see where it's going? See where it's hard to lose. You've got to establish your 4 fabulous people that see the vision, they commit to the Tools for Prosperity, and then watch this thing begin to grow. So before we hit 5, let me talk about this. Well, how long will it take you to do it? There are 4 tiers, and there are 3 ways of looking at this, right? If you got your 4 and they duplicated getting their 4 in 3 months, right? If it took you 3 months to get your 4, is that right? Or 3, 4? Yeah, 4, 12. 4 times 3. So I'm sorry, 4. If it took you 3 months to get yours and theirs, in a year you'd be making an extra $2,000 a month. People don't have a year vision, right? So they're in the next network marketing company. I've been here since March, and people keep coming to me to join this and join that, and I keep looking and saying, well, where's the advertising plan for your business even if I join? Right? So I got your product, but I still got to advertise. Well, I'm over here and looking at these numbers, and they're great. And I have an evergreen growing business. So if it took you 3 months to get your 4 and them 3 months to get their fabulous 4 and so forth, in a year you'd be making an extra $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. What would you do with an extra $24,000 plus a year? If it took you a month, then you're talking about this thing taking off for you before summer. And some of you are going to get close to doing it, right? That's the beauty of what we have here with this business. Marketing and 100 postcards a month, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the fabulous 5, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where you ultimately have a major choice. The average person, last statistics I saw a couple years back, the average household in America was like around $50,000 a year. So people will call me up and say, I want to quit my job, and some of you may quit your job. But I've also found that you can be a lot happier on your job when you have another set of income coming in. And you're not looking and saying, well, do I have a sick day or do I have a vacation day? You just take the day off, right? So you create a dual income stream. Your job, as we should understand, is an income stream, right? We're beginning to wrap this up as we're at the top of the hour. Your job is an income stream. Your postcard networking business is an income stream. And then we allow you to build a third network marketing coming on the back end. Create these income streams and change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you refer 5 fabulous people who then begin to do the system, you focus on your 5 fabulous people. They see the vision, they get it. You build it down, that creates for you $4,710 in monthly income. Everybody's ordering 100 postcards. Everybody's loading up videos in the online marketing. Postcard Networker is the finest postcard business around, and we're not even done yet. Next slide. So remember that it's not a bill, it's a build. It's not a bill, B-I-L-L, it's a build. Like some of y'all should print this out, stick it up there, because when things get a little tight, first thing you want to do is cut out your advertising. If you do that, where's your business going? Find the other things to cut and keep your advertising going, right? It's not a bill, it's a build. Remember that. Next slide. Now there's more. We go through this next one. We have those first order packs. So when someone comes in and joins, they most likely get a first order pack. There's the starter pack, the silver pack, and the platinum pack. And instead of you doing all this advertising and trying to build up the qualifications to get paid on multiple levels, you can jumpstart and be able to get qualified to get paid on all 4 levels. So by buying the platinum pack, all right, you can get paid on 3 levels, be qualified to get paid on 3 levels, paying $10 a month, by buying the silver pack, which I think is probably the most popular, and then you have the starter pack, which you get paid on 2 levels. If you're just a basic member, you get paid on 1 level. You can do that. You can build this up. You do what you need to do. But people, if you understand being qualified for those levels and in the vision of going after your fabulous 5, ladies and gentlemen, you want to be getting qualified for 3 or 4 of those levels right out the gate. Next slide. So there's more. We just talked about before, that was just the residual based on everybody on your team being on the auto ship. It did not include the starter package income. So let me show you how things could jump, that if out of every 500 postcards, now this means you have your team of 5 down 4 levels. That's a team of 780 people, not 7,800 people like show you in other companies, 780 people, all right, which is truly not a lot in network marketing, all right? Now, you've got that established. That's $4,710 in monthly income just on the auto ship part. Well, we're an evergreen boring business. We're advertising, so it means when people come in, they're going to buy a starter pack. If they just bought the $100 starter pack, which is probably not the best way to jumpstart a business, but if that's where they need to start, you now go from $4,710 a month. If out of every 500 postcards in your business, which is like every 5 people ordering 100 postcards, you go from $40,700 to $6,280 in monthly income because you're going to get commissionable volume. Next slide. If you sold out of every 500 postcards, or every 5 people ordering 100 postcards, and you sold a silver pack, you're now jumping your income from $4,700 to $7,800. This is monthly steady residual income. Ladies and gentlemen, we could not get this focusing on just one-time packages, one-time sales, because when summer comes and you busy and you want to take your money, you want to start enjoying life, things slow down. But that auto ship keeps working, keeps clicking for you. Always be advertising. You can be on the go and drop some stamps on some postcards and send out 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 postcards on the go. Always be advertising, all right? So next slide. What if out of every 500 postcards, this is probably not the most probable scenario, you sold a platinum package. But maybe it is, because they're going to begin to see the vision of what we have here, right? They're going to jumpstart their business with 1,000 postcards. Out of every 500 postcards, if you sold a platinum package, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at $12,560 in monthly income. If you haven't made that much money or close to it, don't write it down yet, but keep it in the back of your mind. Because I'm looking forward to, and I want you as the other leaders out here have done it, I'm looking forward to people on my Fabulous 5. In 2017, if it took you 3 months to get your 5, and then the second row, 3 months, if in a year, I'm looking forward to my Fabulous 5 earning over not $5,000 a month, but over $10,000 in monthly income. And ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't include the informational products that he sold with the team. That doesn't include the income that will come from the network marketing company that you'll promote. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the most, I mean, this, like, when I saw these numbers, I'll say this again, and some of these have been with me. And when Joel will remember, when we put together the gold package, because that's not how we started, ladies and gentlemen, not at all. When we put together the gold package, I said to Joe, and Joe wasn't getting it. He'll tell you he wasn't getting it. I said, man, do you realize what you have done? Because I immediately go to the calculator. Like they'll put the package in the numbers, and I start plugging in the vision of building my business, because I'm in business just like everybody else to make money. So I want to know, what is the game plan going to make me some money? I said, man, this is a winner. This is a home run. The only thing we were missing was the system. Now we got the system, and we've improved upon that, ladies and gentlemen. I have 2 times 780 people in my downline that have come through the system. They're not all paid. They're not all on auto ship, right? But I'm saying that in March this year, and I jump-started my business with people I knew I could get out there, and then I just got the last 6 months, I was just mailing postcards. So I wasn't really doing anything different. I jump-started just like most people do, contacted people, all, let them see the videos, do whatever they did. Total in my downline, right? They're not all active, but if we'd had this system, if we'd had this vision, this authorship, ladies and gentlemen, I would probably still be on vacation right now, because I can. That's the potential of what we have here with the Finance Postcard Networking System. It's going to build you an evergreen advertising business. You can take to any person in any network marketing company, because on the back end, there's a link for them to take those prospects, those leads that come in, that need advertising themselves, and also show them what you're doing and say, hey, tag along with me with this as well. If 20% of those people joined in or bought a product there, you're going to create another set of income. That's the power of what we have here. So there's nothing left to do, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're new, if you haven't got started right with us, as I like to say, last slide here, I think on the last slide. When I'm presenting this business, it's very simple to me, right? Nothing demeaning about this at all. You start where you start. But I looked at it and said, I heard a guy say one time about a business, he said, how you want to get rolling? You want to crawl, walk, or run, right? And that's really what it comes down to. Do you want to crawl, walk, or run? And most people ain't trying to be babies. So crawling tends to be out. But if that's where you are, that's where you are. You get started. It's better than doing nothing. Most people are somewhere between walking and running. And ladies and gentlemen, if we walk and run with this, when we have those next event of the Postcard Networker, like we don't have events and all this rah-rah about these products and pills and testimony. We just get together as a family. Like we went to a baseball game, right? Set up in the I got money seats. Right? We just rented out the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, when we get together, we just having a good time. And there's no ego, there's no this, because we know we all can win because of the power of residual marketing, because of the power of the Postcard Networker. I thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I hope you got some information. I hope you change your life in 2017, as me and my fabulous 5 are going to do. Thanks a lot, Joe, for giving me the time. Back to you.
Hey, thanks so much, Jah. I absolutely appreciate you taking the time today. And, folks, here's the thing. Today you can start implementing this, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 fabulous people already in your business, even if you're the only fabulous person in your business, right? If you're the only one, right, you're the one person in your business, even if you're just getting started, you can be fabulous. You can succeed. Just follow the simple plan. Set up your account properly, set up the online marketing, get on the auto ship like Jah said. Listen, it's all about just setting people up properly, getting people in the business, and getting people following that vision that we've set out, that Jah set out here today, right? And you'll be able to go and watch this video recording again, listen to the recording again, and really make it part of you. Draw it out as a plan, take notes, and start to implement this into your business. And I just want to point out one final thing, and then we'll let you guys go for today. It starts with your people, but the only way to start your people, your 1, your 3, your 5, is for you to do it too. You need to be the leader of your own business. People aren't going to do it if you're not going to do it. They will ask you, are you on auto ship? They will ask you, are you doing the online marketing? Okay? And if you can't answer positively to those, guess what? The whole plan falls apart. You need to get started that way, and you can set up your people that way, and you can follow this plan. have success. Thanks so much again, Jah. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody coming on the call today. Have a wonderful weekend. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.